Hey guys, what can I say? I needed a little bit of a change. So I got the wild hair at 1 o'clock this morning, last night, whatever you want to call it, and decided to cut off quite a few inches and also do color blocking on the front of my hair, particularly my bangs, but I did kind of like feather it into the rest of my hair as well. I don't know, you guys, I've just been really going through it lately with my mental health again. For some reason, seem to kind of be able to pull myself out of it, especially when it's more like a physical and like, I don't know, just kind of something that I'm kind of beating myself up about whenever I start to make like certain changes, and one of those is my hair. Like I always feel so much better whenever I'm really loving my hair. Not to mention, you guys, I have been through it with my hair lately. It used to be a lot thicker and it's kind of thinned out over the last few months, and definitely think it had to do with the shampoo I was using. I just got my favorite again, the Sol de Janeiro, they're like strengthening shampoo and conditioner. It's been sold out for months, and come to find out they reformulated it. I did order it, I have tried it out, and I mean, I feel like with the chop, it's kind of hard to see, but with the chop and everything, like my hair is looking like a lot healthier and like it's brought back to life again. So thankfully, because it just has really been going through it. I sound weird because my allergies are like on another whole level, and I did a bunch of dusting yesterday and wasn't a good idea because that will really do it to my allergies. But I am filming a 3 looks 1 palette with the Unearthly Cosmetics Weirdos palette. I absolutely love. Did some like pink and purple today, so I'm gonna finish that video. But I am starting this weekly vlog off actually on the weekend. So it is now Sunday. We are about to travel and go to Chuck E. Cheese, which already has my stomach in knots because that place is always wild. But it is my little brother's birthday, and we also are excited to take the boys. They always have a bunch of fun, but I have just been really slacking on filming any type of content lately, especially beauty. So tonight when I get back home, I think I'm going to like wrap up my vlog from yesterday, or like from this past week. I actually filmed it over 2 weeks and I just kind of let it go. I was having like a really hard time. So because of that, I didn't really get to finish it, and I thought it might be really nice to like just sit down, talk about all the books that I read, because I read so many books within the last 2 weeks, and I was kind of filming the process of those over the last 2 weeks. So I thought I might as well just do a makeup, start a new vlog, let's start fresh. I'm feeling a lot more confident, a lot better mentally, and I'm just really ready to take on the week. We have a 3-day weekend. It is Sunday. The boys get to stay home tomorrow, but James has a collaboration day. But it's just always nice to have like extra time with the boys too. So I don't know how much I'll vlog today and tomorrow, but I at least wanted to start it. And also, although you guys kind of get to see a little bit of like, you know, the transition with my hair and everything, I'm going to be taking you guys along with me this week reading again because I can't get enough of it. This is like crunch time. It is the last week before we're in April already, which is insane. But yeah, I'm getting in my last books for March. It's going to kind of be like me needing to hurry up and finish all of my books like for my book clubs this month. I'm participating in like 6-7 book clubs now. You guys, it's ridiculous. But currently I'm reading How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. This was part of another book club that I'm in, but I missed it during that time. So now I am reading it for Gabby's book club, the book Troop. Everybody's been posting like their like wrap-up lives and stuff like that for book clubs, and I really love to participate in those, so I'm hoping I will be able to for all of them, but I'm behind like I think 3 books. So yeah, this week is crunch time for reading still. But yeah, I need to catch up on those books. I will show you guys more of them this week as I am reading, but yeah, I wanted to pop on to start this vlog since I was filming already, and I am obsessed with how my hair turned out. This was all unplanned. So I knew I wanted a cut, and I wanted to cut my curtain bangs shorter because they've just gotten so long, like all my hair grew out so much. And I wanted to change for the spring and summer, and so yeah, I did the cut, and then I was like torn between doing like some highlights or lowlights around my whole head. But then I decided, I don't know, I just really wanted to go for it, and I was gonna do like a money piece where it's kind of like feathered into the front, but then I was like, you know what, we're just doing the full color block. And because I've had past like reddish, like auburn, but kind of like almost like a pink, like a really dark pink in my hair, some of that didn't come out, but it's really cool. It kind of just made it into like a pinky peach like ombre effect, and I really love it. But I did use Good Die Young by, I've loved Hayley William forever. She is like my hair inspo. I really wanted to go bright orange with this. So I did order their semi-permanent dye and Riot. It's so beautiful. But after I did my hair, I really liked how it turned out. The idea was to do Riot all over. The like highlighted pieces and the regular, so that it would be just like bright orange. But I knew with how like dark, because this isn't even my natural shade. Like my natural color is like more up here, and then this is like the darker shade that I was putting over my hair during the winter time. So I just knew like putting Riot, that bright orange, over this color, it was gonna be brighter, but still kind of darker. So I wanted it to stand out a little bit more, and that's why I wanted to do the color blocking so that this was bright orange. But now I'm kind of obsessed with this, so I think I'm gonna keep this for a while, and then maybe I'll end up doing the orange since I already have it, and that was the original idea. But yeah, I think this is really cute too, kind of going into spring, summer. Who knows? I might throw the orange in it in a week when I get bored. We'll see. And then whenever it starts growing back out for maybe like the fall or winter, I don't know, my hair grows pretty fast, so we'll see how the roots go. I'm not looking forward to that part, but if anything, I will just dye it all one cohesive shade, or try to. But this is the look today. I'm gonna go. We have to get and hopefully make it on time. Yeah, I'm gonna be reading How to Sell a Haunted House. I'm hoping to finish this today, if not today, tomorrow, but I'm not even like halfway. I'm close to halfway. It's been interesting so far.
So you have to catch the nose from it. There you go. There's a button up here and a button down here. Stun the ghosts and then pull the vacuum trigger to suck them up. Get out.
Happy Monday. I wanted to check in because yesterday was a blur. The boys had a really good time at Chuck E. Cheese though, and they were excited to see family, cousins. Yeah, they had a really good time. And I'm still exhausted, but it's Monday morning. It is a 3-day weekend, so the boys are home today, but James has like meetings all day, so he's gone. It's been a busy one, but productive and also just chill. It's been like a good mix. I'm really enjoying it today. I started my day with my latte, and I tried to get some computer work done, that wasn't really working out with the boys. I just could not focus because of questions, and James got them Bowser mask, like a Bowser mask and a Pikachu mask from Five Below, and they've wore them all morning and just argued about everything. So I switched to reading because I really wanted to finish this yesterday, and I've made like a pretty good dent in it throughout today, but I gave up on it after about 3 chapters, I think, because same issues. It's lunchtime now. Well, it's a little past lunchtime. The boys ate earlier, so I'm just now sitting down to eat, but I have some lettuce wraps. They don't look that appealing, but they're good. I have mayo and avocado on them, and pepper jack and turkey. So, yeah, I'm about to sit down and eat some lunch. I thought I would check in though. I have a bunch of flowers and like 2 rose bushes and just random things that I really want to get in the flower bed or in the ground, because we finally have a stint where we're going to have nice weather and it's not going to be below freezing. So it's like perfect time to get it all down, because some of it I think is already dying, unfortunately. I think only like 2 things. So hopefully the rest will survive this like transfer, but I've needed to do it. They're from my great grandma's house. She was known for like her flowers. And so I just feel honored that I have any of them from her house now that she's not with us. And yeah, I get to have them in my flower bed now. And I know I'm always going to think about her when I see them. So yeah, they're very special. I want to get it done before the boys go back to school and it just gets busy. So yeah, I'm going to eat and then get the boys dressed to go play outside for a little bit while I get my hands dirty. Flower bed today. I don't know if I'm going to get to the garden beds. I know I need to start clearing things out. I'm skipping seeds this year, you guys. I can't be bothered. So I think I'm going to do just very easy garden beds this year with like already like starters, and call it a year. I'm excited to still grow things and watch it grow, but I'll tend to it. I will take care of it, but I'm not doing the seed process this year. I just can't be bothered. It's hard to see, but this is a rose bush that I just put in. I need to rake around it. And then we have the garden bed, a little bit of progress. There's so many leaves. But hopefully this afternoon I can put some more stuff in it. These are just like, I don't know, I think those are just weeds I need to get out. I think the hostas over here died out, but my hostas over there is coming back up and it's so pretty. But I have plenty of stuff from Grandma to put in here, so I'm excited. Oh, it's been pretty productive though. We are getting in the car now. We're gonna go to the park with some friends this afternoon. The boys are excited.
Mommy, I have enough.
Okay, let me move this. Yeah, we have a play date. We're going to the park, and then hopefully when I get back tonight, I'll be able to do some more out in the garden. We're taking kind of like a break, going to the park for a little bit to play. And then, oh, I did put a roast on. We're having an au juice roast tonight, and I'm excited for that. It's all in the crock pot, ready to go. I literally just have to make like the potatoes and then whatever the boys will eat for dinner whenever we get back home too. So I'm gonna go soak up some sunshine and play with some friends. It's still messy, but progress. Those are my bare naked ladies. Hopefully they don't die. They're turning a little yellow on some of the ends. I have a couple tulips planted in there. I still have like leaves I need to like clean out. A little bit more greenery back there. My porch is an absolute like disaster right now from all of this. I still have these that I need to figure out where to put today. There's the rose bush down there. It's kind of hard to see. I need to rake some more around it, but I just kind of wanted to be gentle with it yesterday. I do have some more dirt. I just haven't been able to get to it yet, but there's some like flowers planted in here, so I'm just kind of waiting for them to come up, but the rest is going to be, I kind of scattered the flowers, so there's another one right there, and then more down there, but then the rest are just greenery. This is greenery, that's greenery, the big stuff I guess is greenery, that, and then hostas down there. So nothing too crazy, but it feels like it from the way that I feel. I told James it felt like I had like 1,000 Charlie horses last night. I did so many squats yesterday, and then just running around Sunday, and then yesterday too. Yeah, my legs are just like feeling it right now. So is my lower back, and also like my arms from like digging and raking yesterday. So I just got a full body workout yesterday, but it's Tuesday. The boys did not want to go to school, and the morning routine is so much more brutal after a 3-day weekend, let me tell you. I got Axel to school with literally like 3 minutes to spare. It was just, I'm so tired. So, of course, I had to stop by a Starbucks to get some caffeine, because I don't know if I'm going to make it this morning if I don't, but I got to let Rye girl out. She's sitting by the door. I moved your leash. I moved your leash. It's in the back now. You gotta go out the back door. You just need to go potty real quick. Riley, look. Look, Riley. 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 Her tail. Yeah, there she is. Are you trying to sit on my lap? I'm not sitting down. Riley. Riley. Okay, let's go outside. Hey guys, a little check-in because I'm trying to break the cycle, this endless cycle that I swear, Sid, good girl, this endless cycle where I swear the last few weeks, no, I know, the neighbors are outside, calm down, oh my gosh. Riley, I just wanted to chill by Sheila, and you're ruining the moment. Smell my coffee? That's probably what you smell. But I'm breaking the cycle because the last 2 weeks I've tried vlogging, and I am so strong. I vlog like either the weekend and then Monday and Tuesday, and then I just fall off. And my mental health goes to shit, and like this week, I'm not even going to say much because I've said things before, and I don't want to ruin today too, and I'm trying to keep it off my mind. But why is there not more gun bans and like more controlled evaluations for people to get guns? Like, what the fuck? That is my little sidebar tangent for how I'm feeling this week. I've had so many breakdowns. I've been having panic attacks. Like, there's so many important things going on at my boys' school this week that I don't want them to miss out on. But at the same time, I'm just like, when is it enough for us to just be like, okay, we're done. We're pulling our kids out. Like, we can't do this anymore. I cannot live in fear every single day that someone who can literally go buy something in 5 minutes can destroy so many lives with it. It's been a really hard week. And I'm thinking about all you other people out there, mamas, dads, anybody who has little ones who you know, care for, or anybody with a heart. Jesus, we're all like, our hearts are just breaking right now in a country who bans people from women making that decision for themselves to have kids to begin with, but then doesn't even like force procedures to protect our kids further. Like, make it make sense. Anyways, that was heavy, and I know that you guys probably don't need that because it's already heavy enough, and every single time somebody brings up something else about it, I just cringe and go back in my shell, and I'm like, okay, I just need to disappear for a little bit. So I'm going to leave it there, but you guys kind of get a gist of where my headspace is this week. But I've literally just have started so strong the last few weeks vlogging, and then like Wednesday hits, and for some reason this week it was more Tuesday and Wednesday, but like those days just hit and then I just fall off the wagon. I stopped filming. This week I've even stopped reading. Like I've been in such a rut that last night I was like, no, I'm pulling myself out of it. I forced myself to just like sit down and read. But the thing is, like, I enjoyed it. I was so glad to be back in it and like try to break that cycle and get out of my head. So yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night because I really want to go to the library and pick up some books today. My book is due today. So yeah, I'm not hitting those goals I wanted to. So now I'm trying to like speed run it. I only have like less than 100 pages left, so I'm going to try to power through this morning, read it. I got myself some Starbucks so that I was going to be able to get some caffeine in me and try to power through on this vlog and book reading because I also started an audiobook just like Mother. I have like 3 days remaining of it on Libby. Let me know if you've read it. Maybe I'll get through it this vlog. Maybe I won't. But How to Sell a Haunted House is wild, you guys. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts once I finish it up, but I've been taking notes on it. It is wild. It's a good time, but it's beefier than what I was expecting. And this is my second Grady Hendrix book, and I'm just realizing that, like, while I like his work, at the same time, there's so many pointless parts. And I sometimes say that about, like, Stephen King. Like, sometimes I'm like, dude, this could have been cut down just a little bit. Like, I don't know. But even, like, I don't know, Grady's is just the parts that are kind of slower. I'm just like, these aren't really important to me. Like, this does not have to be over 400 pages. Anyways, less than 100 pages to go. I'm going to try to wrap it up this morning and then go to the library and pick up some holds that I'm so excited for. And I can't wait to do a little library haul with you guys because, yeah, there's some books I really want to get through. But, yeah, I'm just trying to get back on track with my goals and enjoy reading again without it being too much pressure and, like, letting outside things, like, affect us so much. But before I let you guys go, I went through Starbucks this morning because we were running late this morning. Somehow I have superpowers and was able to get my kids fed and dressed, get their lunches packed, get them to school on time. I don't know how because I overslept because I was so tired. So I rewarded myself by going to Starbucks to also help me stay awake, finish this book, do my chores, work, get to the library. It's also bingo night at Roman school tonight, so there's a lot to do today that I have to power through. So I was like, I'm going to reward myself. When I tell you that window opens at Starbucks and the cologne just hit me. It was so strong, and I was like, oh my God. So I drive off. I get all the way home. I take that first sip. I literally smell cologne. Like, how? It literally smells like cologne. Like, how do I even drink this? Like, I almost gag every single time I go in for a drink. Like, I'm going to have to hold my breath while I try to drink or take a sip because it's so strong. And the cologne doesn't even, it's not even like, it's not my cup of tea, but like it doesn't smell bad, but like, that's not how I want my coffee to smell, and for some reason, it is grossing me out so bad. Oh my God. This has never happened to me before, but it's so weird. But yeah, I hope that you guys are hanging in there if you're going through the same thing I am with anxiety and panic attacks, with everything going on in the world. What can I say? Another week in the United States, but I will check back in later with you guys, and hopefully my spirit has lifted a little bit more, and I'm in a better mood. I don't know what to tell you guys. It might just be a gloomy vlog. finished the book, so that is a plus, but everything else today has just kind of been up in the air. It's already the afternoon. Tried to restyle my hair, but it's just kind of like doing its own thing at this point, and I really have to get makeup on. James is picking up the boys, but I still need to run to the library, and we're gonna just grab something, go out to eat or something, and then we have Roman's bingo night at his school. They do it, I think, every year. Last year was the first for us due to like them being able, schools being able to do stuff again with like a lot of parents around. But it's really cool. It's book bingo, so it's like with the librarian, and whoever gets bingo, you get to go up and pick out a book to have and to take home and keep. So it's really cool. Encourages kids to read, and we just have a lot of fun because usually they have like drinks and like popcorn and stuff that you can get while you're there too. And yeah, the boys really liked it last year, even Axel, so he was really excited when I told him it was book bingo night at Roman's school. And then since Axel will be at that school next year, we will have it for the next 3 years as well, hopefully, if they still continue to do it, so that's exciting. But yeah, we try to participate and show up to things when we can. But you guys, I finished How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, and this book is wild. It stayed wild, you guys. Man, I took so many notes. I kid you not, though, throughout my notes, I have WTF mini spots because I was just, mind is blown. So you have this brother-sister like dynamic throughout the book, but it kind of takes you down memory lane of how they were raised, what their parents did for a living, and it starts off pretty creepy with that because their mother, I forgot even what their father did, no, but their mother made puppets, and she turned them into like a puppet ministry. So like she joined a puppet ministry where she would take her puppets and like teach the gospel and tell like stories from the Bible and stuff like with the puppets, and yeah, sounds like quite the time. But it already like kind of has like those eerie creepy vibes. You're just like, oh my god, what is gonna go down, because like this is already kind of creepy when you throw in puppets to begin with. But I don't know, there's something about puppets and ministry that really does something to a person. It kind of ends up involving this one puppet named Pumpkin, or Pupkin, that they have to deal with throughout the process, because they both know of him because he was around their entire childhood, and he's kind of known as like the first one that their mom had like made and like used for them and stuff, like raising them, and like whenever she would like teach them lessons and stuff. Overall, it's pretty cute. Though we get a little bit of past history from them, their parents do die in a car accident, and that's what brings Mark and Louise back together. The main focus of this book is Louise, but we do get a little bit of Mark's like as I'm like lost for words right now, and I know editing Allie is gonna be like, are you kidding me? Spit it out. But like his side of things, like we do get to see a little bit from him and his life, because there's, I don't know, there's like a lot of rivalry in the family to begin with. You have like the two-child dynamic where, you know, Louise, is like the overachiever and, you know, really went for her dreams, and she moved to San Francisco where she met Ian and had her little girl Poppy. Now she lives there, and she's having to like be forced to come back home and face the fact that like her parents are no longer here, and her brother already is fighting her on like selling this house. Like he wants all of it, and they have to go through like the will, and I don't know, there is like some heavy topics with that in general. You know, you've had to go through that, it might be a little triggering, but you just kind of get to see like how their dynamic is, and then slowly but surely it starts unfolding why certain things happened or why they are a certain way. Mark is the younger brother who's kind of like almost been like given everything by the parents, so it infuriates Louise. But at the same time, like, he's kind of known as like, I guess, like, quote unquote failure because he doesn't have much like going for him. So I was thrilled that he showed or shed some light onto what Mark had been up to in the years. With that being said, though, like, overall, as like a horror book, I just find it kind of cute. I don't know, like, I just kind of feel like if you could call a horror book cute, it would be like something like this. But there is still like a lot going on. There's gore, there's, you know, those intense, scary moments, I guess, if you consider those types of things scary. It's really hard because I don't really want to give too much away for you guys, but it's hard when she comes and they go through the house and have to like go through all of their parents' belongings, and their mom had like so many puppets, stuffed animals, even dolls. Like, she had Mark and Louise dolls, like dolls of her children. That's enough to creep me out. But if you know, you know, the squirrels, the taxidermied squirrels, and a nativity scene. Okay. A lot of people reference this as a haunted or paranormal, dark take on Toy Story. I can agree with that to a certain extent. I feel like that is a very brief way to describe it without giving much away and just being able to label it somehow. But don't go into it thinking like it's exactly that. They're just kind of giving you a little bit of an idea of what you're getting into, not the whole picture. I definitely seen it more as a, yes, paranormal, but almost like a possessing. It should have honestly been How to Sell a Possessed House. But it gives me more Chucky and Annabelle vibes. I also seen that people were saying it's like, what is his name? The puppet from Goosebumps. People are saying it's that on steroids. And I could see that too because of like the puppets involved and, you know, parts of the story, I guess. But I don't know. I just see it definitely a lot more as like possession, and I think it's a little bit more creepy for me because I've done so much research into like the actual Annabelle case and like actual like item possession happening and stuff, which is another whole thing. But a lot of people, I feel like, laughed at this one, thought it was kind of like a stupid horror. I feel like it has to be your cup of tea. Do you like Chucky? Do you like the Goosebumps puppet? Even like the Annabelle movies, I feel like if you like that type of vibe, which I do, I like a variety of horror. I like the horror that's sometimes considered like silly or whatever, but still, I mean, to an extent, it's gonna creep you out a little bit. But I like how he balanced it. I feel like it was balanced so well to where you kind of get those eerie but kind of silly vibes, but you definitely get some horror with gore and, you know, twist. There were twists that I was like really happy to have because this was still a 4 for me. It's not a 5, just because I do feel like some of the parts, I don't know, he's kind of like Stephen King sometimes to me, where I'm like, amazing book, but there's a good portion of it that like I didn't have to have. And don't get me wrong, I feel like for the most part it stayed entertaining, but like this was a beefy read. It could have been done down a little bit for me. And I feel like for a lot of other people too, who kind of are rating this book bad because they didn't really like the story to begin with, and then when it's over 400 pages, that makes it even more grueling for them. Yeah. Overall, it has to be your vibe for you to like something like that. I like I said, a variety of horror, so that's definitely one that I do. I love the Annabelle movies, and I've done a lot of research on Ed and Lorraine Warren and all the different things that they've went to, and yeah, all those stories. And you know, my views on things and the way I see things may have changed quite a bit over the years, but still to this day, if you ask me like if there is ghost or if there is like possession and stuff like that, I believe it. I 100% believe it. I don't know if it's also my self-conscious telling me to believe it so that maybe if I do believe it, like, it won't happen to me. But I don't know, you guys. I believe in stuff like that. It's creepy as hell. And some of the stories you'll read about from people, you're like, there is no way. Like, that's so unbelievable. But almost every story is like that. I mean, who is really going to fully grasp that a puppet or a doll can sit there and terrorize a family? It's wild. But I give it a 4 out of 5 from Grady Hendrix. I can say I liked this one better. For me anyways, style-wise, I liked this one better than the Final Girl Support Group. I think I gave that one a 4 too, but I like this one more. Like, it just, this style from him is much more what I like. So it actually, I was leaning kind of either way throughout, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but the more I read it, I was like, okay, this is a vibe I could get down with him. So I am more excited to pick up some more books from him. I think overall his writing is very fun. Like, he's a very fun author, and you kind of get that from his personality too. So yeah, I'm excited to pick up some more from him. But if you're gonna read this, let me know. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts, and buckle up, it's a wild ride, you guys. Look, Axel, can I see your book? Let me see your book. Ooh.
Look at the back.
Oh, wow. I am back home. It was quite an eventful night. So I left you guys after I got ready, and we went out for dinner, and then we went to the book bingo night, and the boys had so much fun. They did really, really good. They kind of do like a round of bingo, and like whoever calls bingo gets to come up and pick out a book on the table. But they have so many books, and they want to make sure like everybody gets a book. So in between rounds, they'll just do something fun, like if you're wearing a red shirt, come up and get a book, or if you have a certain color hair, come up and get a book, you know? So they really try to make sure, and they even this year, after one round, they said, first, if you're in first grade, come up and get a book. And, you know, they did like the grades. So everybody got a book. But we didn't get any bingos until the very, very end. They did a lot of like regular bingo, and then they did the bingo where you have to just get like the 4 corners. And then they did the bingo where you have to fill the entire card. And Roman actually filled his entire card and got to yell bingo. And he got the first grand prize win. Which was, I forgot how many books it is, but it's a kid series, called, it's like this like pigeon, this, if you're a parent, you probably have seen these books, but like one of them is like about the pigeon, going on the bus, and there's all kinds of different books in this series, but it was like sealed wrapped, and there were so many of them, so he was so excited. They're pretty short books, but the boys love them. They laugh when we read them, so he was really, really excited. And he got to see his friend, so we sat with, you know, his friend and his family, and they were really nice, so it was a really good night. But I wanted to come back because, you guys, I might be ending this vlog here because I feel like this week has just kind of been a whirlwind of things going on. And at the same time though, I feel like from the beginning of this week to now, I have so much footage for you guys that I feel like I could probably just end it out here, but I'm not leaving you guys just yet because I did go to the library. We fit it in between dinner and book bingo night, so I wanted to at least show you guys what I picked up, little library haul, and then I'm going to show you guys what I'm finishing this weekend to kind of count towards March in a way, because I'm working on 4 books right now, and it's adventurous for the fact that today is the 30th, so I have tonight and tomorrow technically, but unfortunately, some of my book club books are once again going to be rolled over into the next month. And Saturday we have plans with friends, so I'm like, I don't even know, like it's April 1st. There's so many book lives, so I'm like, I don't know like which ones I'm going to miss. I think like Gabby, I think, is doing her book live that day. I actually wrote them all down. I need to check in with the Literally Dead book club and see when that live's happening. Usually Kayla does it more so early, like the next month, which I really, really appreciate because I can't ever stay up. So I am currently reading The Spite House. I just started it, you guys, so I'm literally like a chapter in right now. But this was her pick for the month of March. I had just been still working on her February because I had never read any of the Finlay Donovans, and she chose book 3 from that series. So I've been slowly working through the Finlay Donovan series. I have started the second book as well, but I don't intend to like cram it into the next 2 days because I just can't. But I do really kind of want to get through Spite House so that I can catch the live early April. And it's a rather short read, but I think it will be more of an April read, beginning of April read. But yeah, I'm just kind of hoping I can catch the live this month since I had to miss last month's because of not getting to book 3 of the Finlay Donovan series. But I have so many lives this like weekend. So tomorrow is the 31st, but it's Friday. And that is when a true crime book club that I follow is doing kind of like, it's almost just kind of like I have never joined one of them, but I think it's almost just kind of like either like a Zoom or that type of like Discord type of live together, like a discussion. And we are reading Over My Dead Body, and I am barely into this one. But it's actually nonfiction. It's super, super interesting. It's just taking me longer to get through this because I'm actually sidebar taking notes for a hella spooky episode because I'm so intrigued. Like, this is the type of nonfiction I can get into and I can really read. So I am really enjoying it. I just don't think, the live show is tomorrow. I'm like, I don't think I can join in, you guys. But I'm loving that book club because they're reading all nonfiction and it's like true crime based or like just like weird oddities type of ordeal, which I'm like really intrigued in and I want to learn more about. So that's why I'm really liking that book club. Yeah, I have those two. I did start the Finlay Donovan. I really want to work between the Spite House and Over My Dead Body though for the rest of this weekend. I also started volume 4 of Bleach for the March manga madness. Yeah, I did not read every single day. I failed, you guys, but I do kind of want to finish this one out for the month of March, but we'll see. Besides that, my Libby warned me that my hold was almost up on the book Just Like Mother by Anne Hetzel. So it's the one with like the creepy baby doll head. So I am reading it. I'm on chapter 3 currently, listening to it. And while I'm like getting things like planned out, I've kind of just been listening to it. I think I have 2 days left. So hopefully I'll find time. This is going to be my audiobook for the next 2 days. And I've once again had to put The Stand by Stephen King on hold. Oh my God. Maybe one of these days I will get through that book. But that is kind of the plan for the rest of this month. But I do, like I said, plan on filming my March wrap up. I just don't know when yet. I'm hoping to film it like maybe even Monday or this weekend. Like I kind of want to get through these last bits of books so that I can then film that. Tomorrow is also another book club. I can't think of their handles exactly. I think it's like Reads with Dogs and then Reads with Cats, I think. Don't quote me on that. But they kind of have started a book club over on their Instagram, and I was really intrigued by their picks because they're like more books that like you don't see so mainstream and out there. So I just joined that. So I did actually pick up their book for March because it just started in March. So that's why I'm like, I think it did anyways. Again, don't quote me on any of this, you guys. This is the pick from that book club I was talking about. It's Bad Fruit by Ella King. But this is a portrayal of a toxic mother-daughter relationship and a young woman's search for truth and liberation. So that is a part of that book club, but I don't know. I just feel like they have really interesting picks for their book club. So I was like, I want to try it out. and read that one. Okay, so I picked up another T. Kingfisher because I have seen this recommended by most YouTube, like booktubers, T. Kingfisher's work, and I have never read anything by T. Kingfisher. I do have What Moves the Dead still from the library as well, and they're both like semi-smaller. This one's actually brand new this year. It's brand new release, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have maybe like a vlog soon, like a little reading vlog of reading some T. Kingfisher. Yeah, horror. I think there's also like some sci-fi elements, so I'm excited about those two. I also picked up The Chalkman. I'm telling you guys, I really liked The Drift. If you guys haven't checked out my last vlog where I read The Drift, you should, but I really liked The Drift by CJ Tudor, and I've heard that Chalkman is even more phenomenal, so I picked it up. I want to see what it's all about. Now, no telling when I'll be able to actually get to it with my extravagant plans, but lastly, I picked up some books because I originally was going to try to be a part of the the trans rights readathon. I think that's the correct hashtag. And I wasn't feeling good. My mental health was like, and super busy. Everything else, my reading has just been very like all over the place. I'm pulling myself currently out of a rut, as you guys know. So unfortunately, I didn't get to participate this year. But I also feel like it was because I also kind of found out about it last minute. So I know that I could have joined and I could have picked up some books. But again, like, I'm just blaming on my mental health at this point, but nonetheless, I still picked up some books to read. I've actually had Tell Me I'm Worthless for a little bit from the library. I believe there is a trans character in this book, and the Trans Rights Readathon is, I think they changed it to where it's read a book with trans characters or read a book by a trans author. So I'm not sure about these authors because, you guys, I don't really look into authors like a whole lot. I've been very overwhelmed with all the new authors I've been reading from the past couple, or like the past year at this point. I really enjoyed it, but like I'm still a little overwhelmed to research about each and every one of them. I do think Awakey, Mezzi, read the You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. I think that's what it's called. And what I find really interesting about this author is the fact that I think I read something about them where they have written like 5 books and they're all different genres. And I'm just like, how? Like, how do you do that? But anyways, I'm really excited to try this out. I've heard amazing things about this book, but also I'm a little like nervous because it is YA. It actually says teen on the side. So those are kind of like hit or miss for me. But you know what? I picked it up because I want to support and I really wanted to be a part of that readathon. And I've heard great things about it. And I want to try some more of their work because my journey reading the last one from them was quite the journey. And then the last one is Manhunt by Gretchen Flecker Martin. And I believe this is a trans author. So I remember reading the synopsis of this months ago and was like, oh my god, what a wild ride. I need to read that. So yeah, I'm really excited to read those as well. So that is what I picked up from the library. I am going to wrap up this vlog though, because you guys, I know like it's probably a long one, even though like what has this been? But I hope that you guys are all doing well. This is always, I feel like all of mine are just a reminder, check in on your mental health, and I hope that you guys are all doing okay. But yeah, I'm super excited for the book content that I'm hopefully going to be able to start rolling out for you. I've been a lot more motivated to do so, so hopefully you guys will start seeing it. And I am currently filming some beauty videos too, so stay on the lookout. I'm trying to like thrive over here, but we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.